Have you ever wondered why your legs suddenly cramp in the middle of the night, interrupting your sleep with sharp, twisting pain? You're not alone. Thousands of older adults across the United States wake up night after night, gripping their legs, grimacing in pain, and wondering what went wrong. These leg cramps aren't just a nuisance, they can be a warning sign. And alarmingly, the culprit could be hiding right on your dinner plate. Yes, certain common foods, seemingly harmless, have been shown to contribute to nighttime leg cramps, especially in seniors. At our age, even small imbalances in nutrients, hydration, or circulatory health can trigger major discomfort, and ignoring the warning signs can lead to longer lasting pain, poor sleep, and even increased risk of falls due to weakened leg muscles. Let's dive straight into the 5 foods that may be secretly sabotaging your sleep and your legs, and why they can be especially dangerous for seniors. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Processed meats, ham, bacon, sausages. In the quiet hours of the night when the world is resting and your body should be healing, there's nothing more unsettling than waking up with a stabbing pain in your leg. You clutch at your calf, frozen in discomfort, asking yourself, why now? What triggered this? What if the answer lies not in your age, your mattress, or even your medications, but in something far more familiar, your food? Processed meats like ham, bacon, and sausages have long been staples in American homes, especially among seniors who grew up on hearty traditional breakfasts. But while these foods may bring back memories of comfort and family, their modern day versions are quietly working against your aging body. These meats are loaded with sodium, nitrates, and chemical preservatives, ingredients that disturb your body's delicate balance of fluids and minerals. As we grow older, our kidneys become less efficient and our cells hold on to less water. When we consume high sodium foods, our body reacts by pulling water out of the muscles to maintain balance. The result? Muscle dehydration, stiffness, and the perfect storm for a nighttime cramp. What's more troubling is that these cramps aren't just momentary pains. For seniors, they can set off a dangerous chain reaction. Broken sleep, daytime fatigue, impaired mobility, and in severe cases, falls that could lead to hospitalization or long-term injury. Many older adults don't realize how much these innocent foods, eaten over time, accumulate in the body, tightening blood vessels, thickening the blood, and robbing muscles of oxygen. It's not just about one breakfast, it's about a lifetime of choices that either heal or harm. And the worst part? Processed meats don't come with a warning label about leg cramps. They're advertised for their flavor, convenience, and nostalgia. But for a senior body, one that needs hydration, minerals, and circulation to stay strong, these foods are quietly stealing strength night after night. If you've ever felt that sharp pain in the dead of night and blamed your age or your body for failing you, perhaps it's time to look more closely at what's on your plate. Let go of the myth that age brings only decline. Sometimes it's not age, it's what you're feeding it. So if your breakfast starts with bacon, it might be time to rethink what strength looks like on your plate. But bacon isn't the only hidden culprit in your kitchen. Some drinks you believe are keeping you energized might be quietly draining your muscles dry. Let's talk about caffeine. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Caffeinated drinks. Coffee, tea, cola, energy drinks. For many of us, especially in our golden years, There's a certain comfort in the warm aroma of coffee in the morning or the familiar fizz of a cola with lunch. These small rituals feel like harmless pleasures, tiny companions that help us through the day. But what if those very habits, so tightly woven into our routine, are quietly turning against us when the sun goes down? Caffeine has a long and complicated relationship with the aging body. While it may provide a temporary sense of alertness, beneath the surface, it acts as a diuretic, a substance that increases fluid loss through urination. And for seniors, that's no small issue. As our bodies age, our ability to retain essential minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium naturally declines. These minerals are the very building blocks your muscles rely on to function smoothly. Without them, muscles misfire, tighten uncontrollably, and ache during the hours when rest is most critical. The troubling truth is this: many seniors unknowingly set themselves up for nighttime suffering with every cup of afternoon tea or evening soda. Caffeine doesn't just affect your sleep, it drains your reserves, leaving your muscles more prone to spasms, especially during the stillness of night when your body finally tries to recover. Have you ever jolted awake in the darkness, your leg twisted in pain, wondering what you did wrong that day? The answer might be as simple and as surprising as that second cup of coffee or that seemingly innocent glass of cola. Even more concerning, caffeine often disguises itself as an energy booster, giving seniors the illusion of strength while quietly robbing them of hydration, mineral balance, and restfulness. Over time, this pattern chips away at your stamina and your quality of life. What starts as a leg cramp can cascade into poor sleep, foggy mornings, and increasing dependency on stimulants just to feel normal. It's a vicious cycle, and it's not your age, it's what your body is silently begging you to stop. So the next time you reach for that comforting mug or cold drink, pause and ask, is this helping me or slowly wearing me down? Your body still speaks, sometimes through pain, and you owe it to yourself to listen with kindness. But don't worry, caffeine isn't the only sugar-coated trap in our daily lives. What if I told you that the sweet treats we love may be stirring up something far more dangerous than cravings? Let's explore the silent damage of sugar next. 3. Sugary snacks and desserts. Cookies, cakes, ice cream. Sweetness has always been a symbol of comfort. For many seniors, a slice of cake after dinner or a scoop of ice cream in the evening isn't just about taste, it's about memories. Childhood birthdays, holidays with family, warm moments around the table. Sugar, in that sense, feels like a small reward, a gentle indulgence we've earned over the years. But what if that sweetness, so tied to joy and nostalgia, is quietly becoming a silent trigger for pain and unrest? As we age, our bodies process sugar differently. Blood sugar regulation becomes more fragile, and our sensitivity to its effects increases. After a sugary dessert, blood glucose levels spike rapidly, and just as quickly they fall. This roller coaster may seem harmless, but inside, it wreaks havoc. These fluctuations can irritate the nerves and muscles, especially in the legs, where circulation may already be compromised. When blood sugar is unstable, the nerves that communicate with our muscles falter, and the muscles themselves lose their ability to contract and relax properly. This is where leg cramps creep in, often in the dead of night, when circulation slows and your body is trying to repair itself. That sweet treat you enjoyed hours before is now echoing through your system, throwing off your mineral balance, tightening your muscles, and interrupting the rest your body so deeply needs. For older adults, even one episode of nighttime cramping can start a dangerous cycle. Disturbed sleep, next day fatigue, weakened movement, and, in worst cases, a fall that changes everything. But the danger runs deeper. Excessive sugar intake over time increases the risk of type 2 diabetes, a condition that affects over 1/3 of Americans over the age of 65. One of the earliest and most painful warning signs of this disease is neuropathy, nerve damage that often begins in the legs and feet. It starts with tingling, progresses to burning, then cramping, and eventually becomes numbness, a terrifying state for any senior who depends on their legs for balance and independence. What's most alarming is how sugar hides in our diets. It's not just the cookies or the slice of pie, it's in store-bought sauces, flavored yogurts, packaged bread, even so-called healthy cereals. We often don't realize we're consuming far more sugar than our aging bodies can handle. And every extra gram taxes our nervous system, our circulation, and the very muscles that carry us through life. It's time to stop thinking of sugar as harmless. It may bring fleeting comfort, but for older adults, it can lead to lasting pain, both physical and emotional. The leg cramps are real, the fatigue is real, and so is the risk that they represent something much larger beneath the surface. So the next time you reach for something sweet, pause and ask yourself, is this treat worth the tension I might feel at 2 a.m.? Is this pleasure worth the pain that may follow in the dark? But if sugar stirs chaos in your blood and nerves, alcohol reaches even deeper, quietly stealing minerals, dulling nerve signals, and turning moments of celebration into nights of suffering. What's really hiding behind that evening glass of wine? Let's uncover the truth. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Alcohol. Wine, beer, spirits. There's a quiet ritual many seniors hold on to. Perhaps it's a glass of red wine with dinner, a cold beer on a summer afternoon, or a nightcap to wind down before bed. For some, it's about taste. For others, it's about memory, of conversations shared, of moments celebrated. In moderation, it may even seem harmless. After all, hasn't it been said that a little wine can be good for the heart? But for the aging body, alcohol tells a far more complicated story, one that often unfolds in the dark of night through pain you never expected to feel. What many seniors don't realize is that even small amounts of alcohol can have an outsized effect on the body as it ages. The liver, which processes alcohol, becomes less efficient over time. This means alcohol stays in your system longer and its dehydrating effects become more severe. And with every sip, your body loses not just water, but magnesium, a critical mineral responsible for keeping your muscles relaxed and nerves functioning properly. Without enough magnesium, your muscles, particularly those in the legs, become prone to involuntary contractions, often striking suddenly in the middle of the night. Waking up to a leg cramp is more than just a moment of discomfort. It's a sharp reminder that your body is out of balance. And for older adults, these cramps are not just painful, they're dangerous. They disrupt your sleep, weaken your muscles, and increase the risk of falls if you try to move while still stiff or disoriented. Alcohol may give the illusion of calm and relaxation, but beneath the surface, it strips the body of exactly what it needs to rest and restore itself. Even more troubling is that alcohol can interfere with deep sleep, the kind of sleep that helps your body heal. While you may fall asleep faster after a drink, the quality of your sleep suffers. You toss and turn, wake frequently, and your muscles never fully relax. Over time, this erosion of rest can lead to chronic fatigue, mental fog, and reduced mobility. What begins as a small indulgence slowly chips away at your strength and vitality until one day you realize the cramp in your leg is no longer occasional, it's nightly. Still, alcohol remains one of the most socially accepted habits in our culture. It's tied to celebrations, dinners, and even grief. And so, it's rarely questioned. But your body speaks in its own language. If you're waking up with aching legs, poor sleep, or a foggy mind, it might be time to listen, not to tradition or habit, but to the quiet truth your body is trying to tell you. Letting go of that evening drink might feel like a loss at first, but in truth, it could be the start of reclaiming your nights, your strength, and your clarity. And that clarity is essential because there's one more hidden ingredient that often hides behind the word tangy or savory, but can be just as destructive to your muscles and bones. What if something as simple as a pickle was draining your strength from within? Let's talk about that next. 5. Pickles and vinegar-based foods. They're crisp, tangy, and add a satisfying crunch to any meal. For many older adults, pickles, olives, sauerkraut, and other vinegar-based foods offer not just flavor, but a sense of tradition. They remind us of family barbecues, deli lunches, and comfort foods from our youth. Some even believe these foods are gut healthy or a lighter alternative to heavier snacks. But hidden beneath their sharp bite lies a surprising truth. They could be fueling the very leg cramps that steal your sleep at night. Pickled and vinegar preserved foods are typically extremely high in sodium. And for aging bodies, salt is a tricky substance. While a small amount is essential for nerve and muscle function, too much, especially when consumed regularly, creates a silent storm in the body. Excess sodium causes your body to pull water from the muscles and tissues to maintain fluid balance, resulting in dehydration at the cellular level. When this happens, your muscles become dry, tight, and much more likely to cramp, especially during the long hours of the night when blood flow naturally slows down. But there's another hidden effect: acidity. Vinegar, while often praised for its tangy flavor and use in natural remedies, is an acidic substance. When consumed frequently, especially in large amounts through pickled foods, it can interfere with calcium absorption. Calcium, alongside magnesium and potassium, is a key mineral for muscle contraction and relaxation. If your body isn't absorbing enough due to constant acidic intake, muscles may begin to spasm unpredictably, sending sharp pain through your legs in the middle of the night when your guard is down and your body needs rest most. Many seniors don't connect their love of pickles or vinegar-based dressings to their pain. These foods are often seen as simple condiments, little extras. But over time, their impact builds. The salt tightens, the acid corrodes, the minerals disappear. And what started as an innocent craving becomes a nightly punishment, one that creeps in when you're most vulnerable, robbing you not just of comfort, but of your confidence in your own body. Worse still, these cramps may be more than temporary pain. They can cause you to wake abruptly, risking disorientation, imbalance, or even a fall if you rise too quickly in a panic. For older adults, especially those living alone, one fall in the dark can change everything. So the next time you reach for a pickle spear, a tangy olive, or that splash of vinaigrette, ask yourself, is this adding to your health or taking away from your body's stability and strength? And while these foods may be the final item on our list of hidden cramp triggers, your journey toward restful nights and strong legs doesn't stop here. In fact, now that you know what to avoid, the next step is even more powerful: discovering what to eat to truly nourish and protect your muscles. Curious what foods can help your legs stay strong and pain-free? Let's explore the healing side of the plate. 6. So, what can you do? When pain strikes in the silence of the night, It's more than just a moment of discomfort. It's your body speaking to you, sometimes even crying out for help. These leg cramps aren't random. They aren't just another sign of getting older. They are messengers, trying to alert you to an imbalance that can, if ignored, lead to more than just lost sleep. But here's the good news: you are not powerless. In fact, the path to relief and restoration begins not in a doctor's office, but in your own daily choices. What you eat, how you move, and how deeply you listen to your body's whispers before they become shouts. The first step is awareness. Understanding that certain foods and drinks, though familiar and comforting, may no longer serve your aging body the way they once did. That cup of coffee, the salty sausage, the sugary cookie, they carry hidden costs that your muscles, your nerves, and your sleep are quietly paying for. Recognizing these patterns is not about giving up joy or living in fear. It's about choosing peace over pain, rest over restlessness. Hydration becomes sacred in older age. Not just water for thirst, but water as a source of balance, supporting the very systems that keep muscles supple and nerves functioning properly. Alongside hydration, your body craves the minerals it loses so easily now: magnesium, potassium, calcium. These aren't just nutrients, they are protectors. When they're missing, your muscles cry out. When they're replenished, your body breathes easier. Movement also matters. Not intense, exhausting exercise, but gentle, consistent motion. A short walk after dinner, light stretches before bed, even the simple act of flexing your ankles while seated. These small movements keep the blood flowing, the muscles engaged, and the body connected to itself. Sleep becomes less interrupted when your body feels supported, not abandoned. And perhaps most important of all is the mindset shift, from helplessness to stewardship. You are not simply enduring your later years, you are shaping them day by day with each choice you make. The pain in your leg is not the end of the story. It is a prompt, a call to action to care for yourself with the same wisdom, patience, and love you've offered others throughout your life. So ask yourself gently, what would it feel like to sleep through the night without pain, to wake up and walk without fear, to feel your body, even in its older form, working with you again instead of against you? That peace is possible. It begins with small changes, small, powerful changes that lead to nights of calm and mornings of strength. And if you've ever wondered whether your evening glass of wine might be doing more harm than good, the truth may surprise you. Let's take a closer look at what alcohol really does to the aging body. Aging with strength, turning pain into wisdom and peace. The truth is, aging doesn't take away your strength, it simply asks you to use it differently. Nighttime leg cramps may seem small in the grand scheme of life, but they're often a sign of something deeper: a body in need of attention, care, and gentler choices. The foods we once enjoyed without consequence now leave behind traces that the older body can no longer easily manage. But within that realization lies a powerful opportunity, not to mourn what's changed, but to embrace what we can still shape. This stage of life is not about limitation. It's about wisdom. It's about recognizing the silent language of the body and learning to respond with compassion. Each decision, each meal, each sip, each stretch before bed becomes a quiet act of self-respect. When you choose to nourish instead of numb, to listen instead of ignore, you begin to shift the course of your nights. And in doing so, your days become lighter too. There is no shame in having pain, but there is power in not settling for it. You have lived long, learned much, and now you have the chance to live with greater peace by honoring what your body needs today, not what it could handle decades ago. That is not weakness. That is grace. So the next time pain wakes you in the dark, see it not as a curse, but as a call to live these years with more care, more intention, and more strength than ever before. You've earned that peace. Now it's time to protect it. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with senior health tips. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.